on with Kay. Social issues and such. So we're gonna follow up a little bit on what we was talking about the other day. Well, yesterday, immigration policy and ICE. So let's see. Where do we begin? Yeah, I see the caption. The caption is "This is not our fight." As a black person, I feel like this whole protest and the immigration and all that, this is not our fight. And I'm gonna tell you why. For one reason, for one this reason alone, nobody helps us when we fighting. Everybody's now calling on us. Oh, come and join the fight. We're not joining nothing. We ain't joining shit because when we need help, nobody joins our fight. And don't tell me, yes, there's some other races that be out there fighting with y'all. Yeah, okay, they do. You'll see a handful, but I don't have anything against Hispanic people. What I do feel, again, this is not our fight, but what I do feel is what I like about Hispanic people and I admire is how they stick together. Those people really, really stick together. They help one another. What I don't appreciate about them is they will step on your toes to help their people. And so I've been discriminated. I know a lot of Hispanic people. I love Hispanic people. I love all races. I love everybody. I don't look at people for their color, but I do pay attention to how I'm treated by certain races. And I've been discriminated against. But my brother's currently going through something right like this right now. And it's not, and I don't want to really call it discrimination. It's more of they're helping their people while stepping on your toes. And that's the part I don't appreciate. So this is why this is not our fight. I don't have anything against Hispanic people, but I'm not about to fight for you because you do not fight for us. I can name a handful of situations where I've been, I want to say, discriminated. Recently, I was talking, I had this interview for this business thing I was doing. And as soon as the camera came, so the lady who I originally spoke to, she was Hispanic. She was cool and everything. And then I ended up speaking to another lady who was also Hispanic. Now we had a Zoom meeting. As soon as the camera came on, we talked. She asked me two questions. Hi, what's your name? And it was just like two or three questions she asked me. And then she was like, okay, thank you for your time. So I'm like, thank you for my time. Like, where's the rest of the interview? Where's the rest? You know, so I didn't hear anything back. And then they was like, sorry, we're not going to follow up with you on the proposal, whatever. So I said, okay, that's fine. But then I emailed them. And then I'm like, well, you know, what happened? I feel discriminated against because as soon as the lady looked at me, she said, oh, she asked me two questions and the interview was done. So the lady goes, oh, well, let's find out. Let me follow. This is another Hispanic woman. Oh, let me follow up on the situation. I said, okay, fine. I knew where this was going. Anyway, so they got back to me like a day later, and they was like, "Oh well, we spoke with her, and she said that you didn't have the right equipment." And I'm like, "Well, why she didn't tell me that when she didn't tell me that in the initial interview when we were talking? She didn't say anything about my equipment." So then I said, I'm gonna let this go because I already see where this is going. I already know how this is gonna work. That's one instance. And I knew, and listen, I already know how they get down. They're looking out for their people. Then it was another incident where I was working at this, I was a chef, I was chefing at this restaurant. So I'm in the back, chefing it up. And I'm working there and there's a few black people working there. And then we got a new head chef, a new Hispanic head chef. Because our original head chef, he was Italian. He's the one who brought this crew on. I was part of that crew. He brought that crew on. He got into it with the people. He got in a rumble, fight, something like that. Anyway, he was gone. So now that leaves us still there. So we're there, and it's a few black people. Most of the black people, you know, it's a few black people, some dishwashers, not too many black people with chefing in the kitchen, maybe like two or three. So what happened? The new Hispanic head chef came. When he came, he was Hispanic. You know what he did? All of a sudden, little by little, all of a sudden you seen black people disappearing. You started seeing more, Hispanic people coming in and black people disappearing. And then the people that were disappearing, see, I have conversations with people. The people that were disappearing, they were getting paid less than the new people that were coming in. So that's what I mean by stepping on other people's toes to help your people. It's okay to help your people and bring them in, but when y'all bringing people, y'all step on other people's toes and they get kicked, they get pushed out the door. That's the type of shit I don't like. This is why I'm not fighting for y'all, because y'all will step on my toes to help your people. You want me to fight for you, but in this situation, in any situation, you would choose your people over me any day. If I'm here first and it's fair for me to have this position, and for me to have whatever, and you feel like your person is going to have it, your family member, they don't even have to be family members. This is the level of stick together. They don't have to be, all they got to know is you're Hispanic and they're going to look out for you. But again, they will step on my head, punch my face in, drag me by my nostrils, and pull my muffin cap back blue to help their people. So that's where I draw the line with helping, because I've seen it too many times. My brother's currently going through that with his job. He does, I'm not even going to speak about his line of work, but he works with his hands. He works outside. He gets it in with his work, makes good amount of money, a lot of money. And currently, the owner, not even the owner, maybe the supervisor, he's bringing on all these new Hispanic people. He's bringing his brothers on, his friends. He's bringing all these people in, and they're supposed to have a certain work schedule where they rotate the shifts, where certain people are on and certain people are off this week. He's noticing him and another black, it's just him and another black dude there. And every week, they're off. They're not rotating like they're supposed to. And he knows it because he goes up there to get his check or whatever. And he's seeing these people like, wait a minute, they're supposed to be off this week. I'm supposed to be on. This is what I'm talking about. It's not only helping, it's stepping on other people's toes to help. That's the problem. And y'all want to get out. Y'all want us to get out in the streets and march alongside y'all. Hey, do y'all thing. But I'm just saying, we're not involving ourselves into it. I'm not. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to this immigration, the immigration system, the situation, let me tell you something. I don't care. And I know it sounds harsh and everything like that, but I just don't care. Why? Because when something is not, this is not my fight. This has anything to do with my life. That's when I say I don't care. It's not like I don't care about people and, I want the worst for people, but it may sound harsh the way I say it, but it's not. I'm not being harsh. I just really don't like. What do you want me to do? What do you want us to do as black people? You want black people to come out there and fight a fight? When we out there fighting alone, and this is the thing, they will say, okay, well, there are some different races out there that be fighting with y'all. Yes, they do. It'd be a few of them, and you know why? Because they may have a common interest in what's going on. Maybe their family members is black. Maybe they just don't like injustice. But it's not widespread. It's not called upon. It's not like, yo, come help us. Come help us. That's not what happens, because nobody comes to help us. These people are literally reaching out, come help, come. Fuck that. We ain't helping shit. We ain't helping shit. We need to help our people first. Then we'll think about helping y'all. And one thing about that, and this is in my last broadcast I was talking about, I said the same. When it comes to society in America and the people, these people y'all not making an ounce of fucking sense here. I'm going to break this shit down to y'all so y'all can understand. All of y'all all y'all people fighting. So the people, listen, I don't know what y'all fighting for. Are y'all fighting so the people won't be deported? Or y'all fighting for justice because of ICE? Because all of these things that they're saying ICE is doing, I'm not seeing it. I'm not saying it's not happening, but I'm just saying I live in New York. I ain't seen none of this ICE acting crazy yet. But again, I don't know. I haven't seen it. But I'm, again, not to say it didn't happen, but that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen any ICE people going crazy around here. So if you're fighting against the way ICE is operating, cool. But what are you fighting against? Are you fighting against immigration in general? And if you are fighting against immigration, where you oh no, don't send the people back to what are you fighting for? Because at the end of the day, that's why I say sometimes the way this propaganda work and way politics work, again, like I said yesterday, they play on emotion. They play on your emotion because y'all don't know which way to fucking go. You don't know how to make up your minds. The Biden administration opened up the border and let all these people come in. I was listening to Michi's live last night, and she said the same shit. You open up the border, let these people come into the border, come into the country, and they live better than us. And y'all are fighting for these people not to go home. That's why I said I don't really care either way. I'm not a person who be like, oh God, send the people back or make them stay. Listen, it's gonna go how it's gonna go. It's gonna go how it's gonna go. That's the type of person I am. This is why I stay out of it. Said it's not our fight because it's gonna go how it's gonna go. We can talk about this shit all day. We can talk about it all day. But the truth is, when the borders was open up and the people came over here and they were getting all this money and housing, and I seen one dude like, yo, I just got this new car. People were getting houses, people were getting cars, and people were getting thousands of dollars in food stamps. They opened up a whole shelter around apartments around my neighborhood just to house migrants. But then I walk up the street and I see a man sleeping under the trestle, him and his girlfriend. Then I work a couple more blocks, and I see a woman and a man in a wheelchair, and she's pushing, she's carrying bags and stuff because they have nowhere to go, and it's freezing cold outside. Then you got the veterans who, again, they living off just their Social Security. The government won't take care of them, and they fought for the damn country. Even if they weren't in the war, they served. They gave their services. They went out there in the military, and they went through all of that, whatever it is they go through in the military, and they serve their country. And they out here struggling, barely can eat. And y'all open up the border and let people come in and take care of them. So what are y'all fighting for? You make up your mind. Y'all complaining about not having enough for the American people, but y'all not complaining that it's getting allocated to people who not even from here. And then when somebody say they want the immigrants to go back or send the people home, everybody's in the uproar. They're like, no, that's not fair. That's not right. Then shut the fuck up. Because they're going to need resources if they're here. You think people could just come over here and just all of a sudden they live in their best life? No, they're going to have to. Listen, most of the cities that these people are migrating to are big cities. And most of these big cities are expensive as hell. California, New York, Chicago, the big ass fucking cities, they cost money. And you know why they're migrating to the big cities? Because it's more opportunity in big cities. Even though it's more expensive, it's probably easier for them to navigate in a big city than a small town. Especially small towns like when my family live at, go up, you come over the border and go migrate up there if you want to. You're gonna be doomed. You're gonna be doomed because it's the boondies. Well, it ain't super boondies, but it's boondy enough where you can't just hop on a train or a bus. You need a vehicle. Like you could come to New York and literally navigate New York. Like you get on a bus, you can get on the train, you can hop on any bus and ride. Like our city is like a whole travel system. We got the subway, we got the buses. We like you winning over here. And I suppose LA's like that too. So you got these people coming over to these expensive cities and they need to be housed. People here barely can afford housing. They've been here struggling, trying to make ends meet, and they sitting up here. They're going to work, and they're making $10 over the requirements for food stamps. So now they can't get food stamps. So now they have to pay their rent, use a little bit of money that they have, and barely make it. In the city, the government, they don't want to give these people no assistance, and these are your own fucking citizens. You don't want to give them any assistance. But you'll open up the borders and let people come into this country and immediately give them money, housing, everything they need to succeed and everything they need to get on their feet. But you won't give your own citizens what they need to get on their feet. And this is the shit that people agree with. You know why they agree with it? Because this shit in their mind, they for some reason, see, when things don't affect my life or I don't have a common interest in it. The immigration situation doesn't affect my life in the sense of, oh my gosh, if I don't join this fight, this is going to happen to me. It's going to go either way, whatever the hell, if I join the fight. Now, I'm not joining the fight because it's not my fight, like I said. It's going to go either way. It's going to go however it's going to go. Either the people going to get deported or they're going to be able to say it's politics. Y'all want them to stay. Y'all fighting for them not to leave. But y'all complaining about the resources they get because they're taking away from y'all resources. So what the fuck do you want? Like, what do you want? Then you ask them and they don't have an answer. They have an answer that makes absolutely no sense. This is why, again, like I always say, I don't argue politics with people because the hate train for Nicki Minaj is crazy. This is why politics is more about influence. Y'all sit up there and talked about Snoop Dogg and Nelly and coming up on the stage and all that other shit. Ask yourself this. Where do rappers fit in to their performance? How does them performing and twerking, how does that fit into the political whole thing? Like somebody said, they're using that to play on the dumbass black people who are influenced by this type of shit, especially the young crowd. They might not know anything about politics or anything about any candidate or none of that shit because they're young, they ain't got shit going on. They ain't paying no attention to this stuff. But now they're paying attention to it because you got Cardi B over here talking about it. You got Meg Thee Stallion, who they like. So now they're watching this and they're like, oh shoot, yo, all right. And now you're encouraging them to go down to the polls and votes. You're telling them things like, make your voice be heard. You're hyping them up. This is propaganda. You're hyping them up, telling them go down to the polls. Yo, you can make a difference. And now they're like, oh, I can make a difference. Oh, my voice could be heard. Okay, now I'm going to the poll and I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Why? I don't really fucking know why I'm voting. I just know that I seen Cardi B up there and Meg Thee Stallion up there, and that's what the fuck they want y'all to do. Same thing Donald Trump did. And that's why I think that's why people were mad. That's why people were mad. But y'all don't see that shit came from both sides. But it's only wrong when the white man did it. See the shit that I'm talking about? Y'all only mad because it came from they were cooning over here because they did it for a white man, but they weren't cooning over fucking here. When Nelly and Snoop did it, oh, he's cooning for the white man, and they're using the same fucking tactics going all on, and nobody's seeing it. It's the same tactics. Use a black celebrity to get the black people to look and say, oh, look at him over there. Oh, look at her over there. I'm gonna go vote on this side. And that's the shit that pisses me off about people. All y'all want is people to vote and be on y'all side. Y'all don't give a damn, but that's just human nature. You don't give a damn. You don't give a damn if they know information. You could be sitting up, yo, join my team. What's the team about? Doesn't matter what the team is about. Just come over here. I'm telling you, we got this over here. We got this over. You could come over to, and now this people come on over to the team. That's influence. That's how you influence the people. And we don't really care if you're educated about what's going on. We just need you on the team so we have a bigger crowd, and then we have a larger following, and then we have more people that can help us. Y'all trying to influence the younger generation by using celebrities, because they can relate to them. What the fuck does that have to do with political politics? What does that have to do with politics in general? If you wanted to do that, you should have had a young politician come out and speak, or somebody who, a performance. What is a performance for? Why are we being entertained? That's all part of the propaganda. Why the fuck are you trying to entertain us and get and so we can pick up a person aside to vote on? Make that make sense. We're not here for entertainment. We're here for business. What the fuck? What are y'all doing? We are here for business. What are y'all doing? You got people dancing around on stage, popping it, talking about twerk, work. Ben, I don't know what song she performed, but I'm just saying. She's twerking it, she's popping it, she's turning around. Then you got Cardi B delivering a speech. Then over here, you got Snoop Dogg, crip walking across the street, whatever the hell he was doing. And then Nelly doing some shit too. Why are these people performing and dancing around on stage? Why is this entertainment? And who is this entertainment for? Who is this entertainment for? You never thought about that? Why do they have these particular people up here? They're trying to influence a certain group. Where's the white performers? Now, I don't know who performed it, but I know that those people performed it. This is all for influence. Like I said, nobody give a damn what the young people know. We don't care. Why don't you educate them? Why don't you have a young politician come out there and speak about these issues to educate the young people? You know why y'all don't do that? Because you know these young people don't give a fuck about no young politician. They ain't trying to hear none of that shit. You can't influence them like that. And y'all know that. You only can influence by pulling out something relatable to them. Somebody dancing on stage, rhyming or rapping about some fuckery. It has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with the election. And this is why you don't do that. Because they can't relate to young politicians. So you don't bring young people who their peers to speak about these issues. You don't. Because you know damn well they're not going to listen to them. They're not going to listen to them because they're young. They're not going to pay them no mind. Y'all know what grabbed their attention. Seeing Meg Thee Stallion on stage. Seeing Cardi B up there with her bubbly, witty personality. That's what y'all saw. And then y'all know people are attracted to those type of things. I'm a big Cardi B fan. But if I was watching the elections and she was speaking, that wouldn't influence me to vote for whoever she's representing, whoever she's performing for. Not because I'm older and I understand, but because I'm logical. Just because she's a great performer and I like her, that doesn't mean I'm going to vote on her side if I don't agree with what's going on over there. Just like as much as I like Nelly, Snoop cool and everything like that, they can dance all day for Donald Trump. If I don't like what he's saying, I don't like his policies, I'm not voting over there. You can't influence me like that, but you can influence some people like that. The younger people, you can influence them like that. Some of them, this is why they maneuver how they maneuver it. Nobody sees that. So when we talk about the politics of it all, it's a lot of this, the ICE and all of this other stuff and deportation, all that stuff. These are talking points and these are points for people to go back and forth with each other on. Cause a contention. As a black person, this is the question of the day. As a black person, if you are actively involved in this fight, if you actively out in the protests and all this other things like that, right? Why? What are you doing it for? I mean, you could be completely honest. If anybody want to come, in fact, if anybody joins, I'll drop the invite link. But what are you doing it for? Like, how does it benefit you? And you could be honest. I'm not a type of person who judges you. If you say, listen, I don't believe in injustice and yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I'm not going to judge you. I just want to really hear why you're joining this fight. What is your purpose of joining this fight? Like I said, I don't discriminate against people, but fair is fair. I don't have a problem with people being deported. This is the thing. I do feel like people should be vetted before they come in this country. Before, they used to have people back in the days, like when my aunts and my grandmothers and them, they came here, they had to go through a lot to get here. And not to say that, just because they had it hard, these people should have it hard to come here. No, I just think that when you come here, you should be, it should be some type of vetted. I'm not saying we shouldn't let people come in this country because I love diversity, but I also think that people should be vetted before they come in. I think some of the same procedures that policies, whatever, have, you can't just open up and just let people in. And that's what they did. You don't know who you're letting in. And then prove. There was one guy, there were a couple of, I don't know if I could say it without YouTube thing, but a little girl was unalived. And then I remember some person saying, well, that's just one. But I said, what? That's one too many lives lost because of that. I don't see people say shit like that because it's not them. It's not their child, or like they can't relate to it. But let it be their child. I bet you they would think totally different about that. And it can happen with somebody already here. That's not the point. Not saying, oh, because, oh, this person came from here, they did this. Nah. But when you letting people in that you haven't vetted or you don't know anything about them, and now they're here, undocumented, you actually have no record, no track of them until they get into the system. And even then, how do you prove who this person really is? You see what I'm saying? Like, you could be letting in out of, okay, say you let in 10,000 people. 2,000 of those people could be stronghold killers, criminals, drug transporters, murderers, rapists. You don't know none of that, but you just let them in. And now they wreaking havoc. You know why? Because they're undocumented. Nobody can catch them. They're under the radar, things like that. Those are the things I worry about. That's why I said this ain't my fight. Because I worry about certain things like that. So I don't have, oh, people should go back home or they should be able to stay. I don't care. But when y'all fighting for this shit and y'all fighting against deportation, shut the hell up about the funding that the people are getting. Shut the hell up about the help that the people are getting, because none of y'all are housing anybody and none of y'all are giving anybody any money. Are you donating any funds? Are you housing any people? No, but you're complaining that they're getting funding and at the same time mad that they're going home. You can't have it both ways. You can't. This is why I said all of this shit is for arguments and talking points and just for people to go back and forth. If y'all really sat down and seen what the fuck y'all was arguing about or what's going, y'all would really say, damn, we do sound stupid. We do sound stupid. We're complaining about we're not getting enough. But here we fighting for people who's getting shit. Know how stupid you look? Y'all complaining that y'all not getting enough. But y'all fighting for people who's getting all of this stuff. The food stamps, the housing, the stuff that y'all should have. You fighting for them to get it. And y'all don't want them to go home, but y'all complaining. Oh, because in your mind, I think, oh, the government's going to be like, you know what? Let's get some more funding to give y'all some. They ain't giving y'all shit. I remember, and see, when I say bring up these points, and this is the thing. When I talk about politicians, when I talk about political candidates, I bring the positive and negative from both sides. That way, y'all can stop calling me a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter. Yeah, that way you don't know who I support. I'm neutral. I'm right in the middle of this shit. I'm pulling out both stops on both sides. I remember, what was that? What was that storm we had? We had a. Let me tell y'all something. My memory is jammed. I have the worst memory. One thing about me though is, even if I have a bad memory, I'll go get pull the information out to make sure before I broadcast about it, because I may have forgot about it. But there was this one video and I seen it. This was one video I saw Kamala Harris talking about how she's going to give the funding to the trans, make sure they have millions of dollars in funding so that they can get the surgery in jail, so that if a transitioning man is going to a jail, no, he can cut off his penis so he can go to the women's jail, because that's the type of shit we need funding for. You see the fuck shit I'm talking about? Then another one, we're going to donate $1 billion. We're sending $1 billion to Afghan. I forgot what country it was. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. I forgot what country it was. And I'm looking like, oh, God damn, we giving them a whole bunch of money. Then right after that, we had and this is not funny. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at the fuckery and the whole shit. She said we giving $1 billion to, damn it, what country that was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're giving them the money. Then maybe a couple of months, not even a couple of months. We had that storm, that big storm. It was, Where was that storm at? It was like a hurricane or a tropical storm. It was a storm in one of them cities, Mississippi. I can't remember, but them people were going through it. The people's homes, it was a tsunami, flood. I forgot what happened, but it was a lot of damage. People lost their homes. People were stuck. People was out power. They were just jammed up over it. She was like, "We're gonna give each family. Don't quote me on the number though. Say it was like each family gonna give them $300. So that may not be the number, but the number was freaking insulting. The number, and I said to myself, "Hold on, am I seeing this right? Did they just give $1 billion over here, and we just had a disaster happen here, and you giving these people $300 a month, and you saying that with your chest out, and we're gonna get." I'm like, what the fuck? And then when you argue these policies with people, and you bring these policies up from the Biden administration, you get met with "you're racist, you're a Trump supporter, you're this." I didn't say I support anything. I just asked you about this fuckery policy and how it's laughable. That doesn't mean I'm on any side. This is why I don't discuss politics. Because if you go against one side, you automatically assume you're on that side. I can go on that side too. I can go on the red side and pull out some fuck shit too. I can. But I'm talking about this fuck shit right here. Because this is one of the main, these are policies that irritate my life, and these are policies that I look at and I'm firm on. But these are the same policies that when you speak to the supporters of the Biden administration, the Biden-Harris administration, these are the same people who, when you mention these policies to them, either they're not true, they find a way to tell you why it makes sense, or they deflect and skip over it and go to something else and pull out another policy that you might agree on, because they can't challenge you on this shit. And see, what I've learned from that, another thing will happen is when you do that, and you pull out these policies and say, well, these policies are this, and this is not like this one, and stuff. Oh, you're just a Trump supporter and you're finding the reason. No, I'm not. I'm not any supporter and finding a reason for anything. I want to talk about this policy over here that I stand firm on, that I have objections to, that I feel strongly about. That's what I want to talk about, right? But no. If the policy was on the red or the other side, I'd still want to talk about those policies. So either side that it's on, I want to address the policies that I feel strongly about. And I don't give a fuck what side you put it on. That's why I say I'm neutral, because I could care less. But when y'all tell me to go to the polls and vote for somebody, I can vote independent if I want to. But then to me, that's a waste of going to the polls. But when you're somebody who's like me, maybe that's the right thing to do. Because again, it's just a divide and conquer between both sides. I can't have an intelligent conversation with people. Only, this is the thing, and this is the sad part about it, is I can only have rational conversation with people who are Trump supporters. I know that sounds crazy, because this is what I found when I have a conversation with Trump supporters. They are, how can I describe it? I guess they feel like, I think with them sometimes, I think they feel like if you're having a conversation with them about Trump and you're not angry or you're not animated and hype, and you're not going crazy, that you somehow agree with them. And I think that's how, when I talk to Trump supporters and have conversations, I think that's why, because it's not a lot of arguing and bickering back and forth. I've noticed the difference between the Trump supporters and the Harris supporters. I noticed that everything you say, you're a Trump supporter if you don't agree with them. And this is just from my observation from talking to people. People will listen to this when I'm telling you about my observation about seeing other people, and say I'm a Trump supporter just based off of me saying this. Oh, you a Trump supporter? Why? Because I'm documented. I'm telling you my experience with each party, each people, people from each party, people who represent or people who support each party. They turn that into that. And I'm just being honest. I notice when I have these conversations with Trump supporters, it's usually more heated with the Harris supporters. Because if I pull out a policy from the Harris administration that they don't like, they automatically call me a Trump supporter. I've noticed that too with the Trump. If I talk to people with Trump supporters, if I pull out I mean, there's not too many. I don't. Anyway, it's just more of people just perceiving things how they want to perceive it. But I don't get it too much from the red side as I get it from the blue side. They're not as emotional. I mean, both of these sides are emotional, but I'm just saying when I have these conversations, it seems like the Biden side is, this is why I think too. This is why I think it's too why I get so heated. I think these people know that there was a lot of fuckery going on with the Biden-Harris administration, with their policies and the funding and the dumb shit they was allocating funding for. But they can't speak on it. You know why they can't speak on it? This is why they get hostile and want to argue with you, because they can't address that without getting animated and hype, because they can't address that conversation with reason, because they can't they know these are fucking dumbass policies. And for them to even argue with you or even debate with you, you would be stupid and ridiculous, because they know these policies are fuck shit. But when you hate another candidate so much personally, and you're not looking at his policies, you're only looking at she's black and I want to vote for the black person. I told you what some of the people were saying. I'd rather vote for a piece of paper. I'd rather vote for a cat. And that just tells me all I need to know. You have a personal issue with this person, and so you're not going to vote for them. You don't care about their policies. You don't care about what they're saying. You already have this negative image about them. You hate them, so you're not going to vote for them. And I told everybody that. When it comes to voting, when it comes to situations that have to do with my country and my well-being, I'm not voting for nobody based on the color of their skin. Not this election, not previous elections, and not elections after that. And that's the thing, a lot of black people get mad at that. If I say that, you don't know who I vote for. You don't know when I vote, how I vote. But I'm just in anything, whether it's a president election, whether it's the mayor election, whether it's fucking at school somewhere, the teachers council association. I don't vote on people based on the color of their skin. I vote based on what I hear and what I see and what's being done in the communities, what's being done for my people. If I have a candidate and she is black and they ain't doing shit for our people, and they over there making sure everybody else is good but us, and then there's a white candidate over here taking care of us, looking out for people, making sure society's just doing what they supposed to do, making sure I'm going to vote for them every time. You can call me Uncle Tom, or this and this and that. You can call whatever. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all, us, as black people, we don't hold each other accountable. We just say, well, they're black, so we should go over here. So if they run the fucking country into the ground and do all of this, that's how the fuck y'all probably got that crackhead mayor out. And what was it do? Was a crackhead, one of the mayors? Probably so y'all vote for him because he's black. Yo, but he smokes crack. So what? So what? He's black. We gotta vote for him. That's how our people think. I'm sure the racists think like that too. But if you really emotionally, it makes sense. We're black. We gotta stick together. But logically, it doesn't. You know for a fact this motherfucker gonna run this shit down into the ground to absolutely nothing. And you know this person over here is gonna make sure stuff is straight and building up and have good intentions. You still gonna vote for that black person because they black. I go down with the stinking shit. That's how y'all feel. And it's sad. It's very, very sad. And then y'all will call other people who decide, you know what, I ain't gonna go down with that sinking ship with y'all. I'm gonna go over here where we good. We about to, there's land right there. We about to get to it, and we gonna get off the ship and we good. Y'all be mad at those people for saving themselves. That's how the fuck that's how community operate. Y'all be going on down over there with the sinking ship and mad at them people because they saved themselves. Because they make a decision that made sense for them. Because they didn't ride with y'all. Their Uncle Toms and Coons and bootlickers. Because they decided to go over here where shit, it was being prosperous. They was being prosperous. If you motherfuckers being prosperous over here, maybe we would have stayed over here. But y'all doing the bullshit over here and expect that people to come over here just because we have the same skin tone. Just because we're of the same, we like, does that make sense? It makes sense to some people though. It makes sense to some people though. Scenario. So I had a friend. Little story time real quick. So I had a friend. In fact, he lives upstairs from me. We not friends no more. Anyway, so we were good friends, whatever. He's friend. Well, him and my cousin are good friends, but I'm one of the friends too. We all friends. One day, now I work from home. I was in the crib, got off work, signed out, went to sleep. I was tired. My phone rings. This man called me. Now my family's Jamaican, so he's all into his patch. Oh, that boy had this and them a car, my phone now. Yo, he's going off. So I'm like, yo, what the hell is this nigga talk about? Because he's talking to me, but he's not telling me the story. He's just giving me bits and pieces of shit. Like, oh, I'm just get. And I'm like, yo, but you're not telling me what the fuck is going on. So he got his wife on three-way. So I hear her and I'm like, yo, what is this about? Then he just finished and hung up. I got up. Like, what the hell's going on? I go outside. Everybody's outside chilling. I go outside. He comes outside, start cursing me out. I ain't even do shit. I ain't do nothing. He cursed me out. I'm like, so I had enough. So I started going in on him. Then he said, I fuck off, kill my God. And he went back inside. Basically, the moral of the story is him and my cousin got into some type of argument and he took it out on me. So now the man doesn't talk to me. I wasn't even on the scene and he doesn't talk to me. And we're not friends. This is why I made this example, because that's how people think. The man is not friends with me because he got into an argument. He got into a beef with my cousin, and I didn't even know what happened. And then when one of my other friends asked him months later after, asked him, yo, why you don't talk to her? He said, because I got into an argument with his wife. Me and his wife got into it and was fought. Now, he stopped talking to me almost a whole year before me and his wife got into it. So the reason why he told that story like that and told him that, is because he didn't have a leg to stand on. He didn't have the leg to stand on. He couldn't very well say, well, she ain't do shit to me. Because it sounds stupid. This is what I'm talking about. These are one of the examples. Y'all want people to go down with y'all in a sinking ass ship. And I guess that was a bad example. Yeah, I think that was a bad example. But that's my point. My point is people just want you to follow them no matter where they're going. And if you go over here, they're against it, even if it's better for your life. ICE out protest. A crowd is growing as students in the city join let's just get a notification, nationwide school walkout against ICE. I want to go out to these protests. Well, I just want to see who's out there protesting. I want to see who's protesting. That's what I want to do. I want to see if the American citizens are out there protesting, or I want to see if these people are just out there protesting for themselves. I'm curious because I'm still trying to figure out what y'all protesting. Now, if you tell me I'm protesting how ICE is treating people, I'm protesting the unfairness or whatever's going on with ICE. But if you just telling me you out here protesting deportation and immigration, you need to go back into your damn house and go sit your ass down. Because I can guarantee you, if it was you or them, and they say right now, if the president say right now, listen, in order for y'all, the American citizens, to get stable housing, funding, more food stamps, we're going to allow people to qualify for food stamps at higher incomes. We're going to be distributing in funds, finding people that's homeless. We're going to be picking them up off the streets. We're going to be putting up housing and creating more affordable housing for our citizens. But we need to get rid of all these illegal aliens. I bet you these motherfuckers would round up these motherfuckers would help y'all round them up so fast. That's why I asked y'all what are y'all fighting for? What's your protest? People be acting like they were some of the people out there just trying to be just part of something. I guarantee you go down there to them protests. And the people that are protesting are the legal aliens. They protesting going back home. And like when I was listening to Michi live just now, last night, and I had to listen to 2 parts because I had to go to bed and then I woke up and listened to the rest. They're talking about they're oppressed. And oppressed how? You're oppressed here. You can't be oppressed here. How you oppressed here? If you was oppressed here, you wouldn't be fighting to stay here. You know why? Like she said, you know why y'all fighting to stay here? Because y'all escaped asylum and y'all came over here and it's better over here. Because if it was worse over here and you wasn't able to survive over there, you would have took your ass back home. Not because, it's fucked up in our country. You're familiar with over there. You're familiar with there. Ask yourself this as a person, right? I'm in my country. Man, it's fucked up over here. But I've been here all my life. It's fucked up for me, but I know how to maneuver around this where I live at. I know where everything is. I've lived here all my life. It's fucked up though. I'm going to leave here, go here to another place that I'm unfamiliar with. I know nothing about. There's no resources here. Well, there's resources, but I have to get to those resources. I don't speak the language. It's a lot of barriers. There's a lot of shit going on. I have to be able to get on my feet. I don't know anything about the city, but I'm here. It's fucked up for me over here. It's just fucked up too. It's just fucked up over here and it's fucked up at home for me. Now they say, you know what? We're going to send you home. And you like, no, we're fighting, protesting not to go home. Well, if it's fucked up over here for you and it's fucked up over there for you back home, why not just go home? You're familiar with home. You have if it's fucked up over here for you, oppressed over here, you're oppressed over here, and then you're oppressed over there, but you familiar with the area and you know about home, why not go back to home? At least you can maneuver better because you grew up there. You're going to be impressed. You're going to be oppressed somewhere where you just out. Isn't that worse? The truth is there's no oppression here. The truth is you don't want to go back home because look at the fucking treatment you getting out here. You're stepping your game up out here. I don't care what nobody say. These people come over here and they build their shit. I can't knock them for that. But they will step on other people's toes to build that stuff. And y'all sitting up here fighting for those people. Those are the same people who will hire their own, step on your fucking toes and bring their people in fresh from the border into their business or a business. It don't even have to be in that business. If they have a little bit of fucking hiring power or any influence, they coming in and you're going to be out. That's the type of shit they do because I've seen it. I've been in those situations where I've seen a black person get kicked out of something so that a Hispanic person could bring another Hispanic in. That's why I said I don't mind. Like I'm all for people looking out for each other, but that's the part I don't respect. So that's why I'm not going to help you fight, because I know if it came to me or somebody, I could be cool with you. We could be cool or whatever, everything, whatever. We can be cool. And if it's a position of somebody, the person don't even have to be related to you. And I seen that shit with my own two eyes. All they got to do is be Hispanic, and you will kick me to the fucking wolves to bring them on. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's why this ain't my fucking fight. Y'all sitting up there fighting. That's why I say I don't have anything against the Hispanic community. What I'm speaking from is from experience. What I'm speaking from is what I've seen. Like I said, I respect building things. I respect building stuff up. I respect, people sticking with your own people and helping your people. But what I don't respect is the ways that y'all be doing it. So I'm not gonna join the fight, and I don't think no black people should. Y'all be sitting up here, well, I don't care if you have Hispanic relatives, not relatives. I don't care if you have, like, oh, my homeboy is Hispanic or this. Like, listen, if you feel like you need to be out there fighting the situation, then you go right ahead. But again, also think about this. Is why I say people think they surface think. I'm a critical thinker. I really think about the whole back part of the whole thing. You have people coming into the country, right? And like I said, Spanish is the majority of the people. A lot of the people are Hispanic people. These are the same people who stick together. These are the same people who I said will step on your toes, step on another person's toes to take care of their own people, right? So now you let all these people into the country, and they're coming in taking they building stuff, and they hiring their people, and they kicking. Like I said, my brother's dealing with something like that with his job now, discrimination. Because people are looking out for their people, and he's been there doing because they want somebody else of their own people to come in. He's getting kicked, him and the other black person getting kicked to the side so they could come in. And you want us to come out there and fucking fight with you? Fuck this fight. It ain't mine. It ain't mine. That's the type of shit that pisses me off. And they think that's right. Why not be fair? I don't give a. This is the thing. Why not be fair? You're hiring these people, right? You're hiring your peoples, and they say you're supposed to rotate every week and have these people. That you're not being fair. You're not rotating. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. So I'm gonna stand up here and fight with people who would do that shit to me. Absolutely the fuck not. I don't care if people. Do I feel bad for the whole situation? That people are being brutalized or whatever. But do I feel bad that people are being deported back home? Absolutely not. No, I don't think people should be brutalized, beat up. But you can't have it both ways. We American people ain't getting shit. We ain't getting shit. And y'all continue to vote for administrations who don't give y'all shit. And y'all sit up here and say, oh, you're a Trump supporter by saying that. No. I'm being real. Y'all keep talking about the Democrats are for helping, the Republicans are about the money. Listen to the stupid shit, the fuck that are coming out your mouths. The Democrats are all about helping people. They all about helping people. Everybody except y'all motherfuckers. Everybody except their own people. This is why I stay neutral in this shit. That's why I don't care about the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. I'm gonna call y'all both out. But I see a lot of bullshit from the Democratic Party. And then when I say it, you call me a Trump supporter. You say I'm a Republican. Nah, I'm just calling the bullshit that I see up on this side that I have an issue with or that I'm passionate about. They might have some policies on the red side that I may not agree about, but they don't touch me like some of these other fucking policies. Policies that I feel like is going to affect society more. Y'all don't think that the immigration is... First of all right, you got people already trying to come here legally. So we have an influx of people that's trying to come here legally. Then we have a whole bunch of people that's getting in illegally. Then we also have people that were invited in. So we have this influx of all of these people. I ask y'all again, what is supposed to happen to these people? Are they supposed to just come in and live on the streets? So yes, The housing that was over here for y'all, yes. The space that they were going to build affordable housing for you or house more buildings to house people, whatever. Yes, they built that building over for them now because they need a place to stay. We can't have thousands of people coming to our country and just be roaming the fucking streets. We got to put them somewhere. Not only we have to put them somewhere to get them off the streets, we also have to put them somewhere so we can see what the fuck is going on with these people. You ever thought about that? But yes, we're gonna give them a bunch of resources and a whole bunch of so we can keep track of these motherfuckers. If we don't give them anything, how will we know who's here? How will we know what's what? They're gonna be desperate. They're gonna be in the streets causing mayhem. They're in a country they know nothing about, probably never been here in life. This is the first time they ever seen it for themselves in real life. They coming with absolutely nothing. We have to give them enough so they don't get desperate and start fucking up our citizens or making desperate rules. No, don't get me wrong. Don't try to make it seem like I'm saying that. Oh, because they're immigrants, they're criminal, they're gonna fuck up our own citizens be fucking us up, fucking each other up. What y'all talking about? Has nothing to do with the fact. What I'm saying is this: desperation. When people are desperate, people are hungry, they're starving, they're homeless, they get desperate. You're in a country where you don't know nothing about nothing. You barely might even speak the language. You hungry, you cold, you ain't got no food. They start fucking up y'all city. Not saying that's going. I'm just saying that's what. Regardless of the immigrants and people, regular citizens, regular people that live here, get desperate. They be on the street, homeless, hungry, and they live here. They get desperate to start doing shit, fucking up people, stealing from people, taking from people, robbing. So you can bring somebody over who knows nothing about this and throw them to the wolves? Yes, the government is going to give them everything they need so they won't get desperate, so they can be straight, so they can get on their feet. And when they get on their feet and start building and building up around you motherfuckers, and then y'all complain, they're taking the jobs, they're taking the jobs. Shut y'all asses up because this is what y'all was protesting against, right? Ain't this what y'all was down there fighting for? For them not to go home, for them to stay? So y'all expected these people to stay and not do what their intentions in the first place, to come over here and build a better life? See what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. This is what politics is. And you motherfuckers be falling for this dumb shit. And then they pitch y'all against each other and y'all fall for this stupid shit. Instead of you people listening to what people be talking about, like what I'm talking about here, you're a Trump supporter. Why? Because I agree with the immigrant, because I'm not with the immigration policies. Maybe I agree with that particular policy or whatever. I don't agree with giving our money away to other countries. I don't agree with the Harris administration giving $1 billion to fund. I don't even know what they were funding. I don't care what they were funding. Nothing is more important than our people over here. Because think of yourself as a parent and as a family. You got to take care of your family. You got this over here for your family, right? You're going to take care of yours first. And if I have anything left, I might help them out over there. Me, I'm a giving person, but I'm going to help them. But I'm going to take care of mine first. My kids, I have one child. But if you know, y'all get what I'm saying. I'm going to take care of mine first. Make sure they're straight. And then if I have anything else available, I'm going to give it to y'all and help y'all out. But I'm not going to give y'all all of this and then whatever's left for my people. That's what the hell they did. Now, if I'm wrong, come in the comment section. Come tell me I'm wrong. Let's have this discussion. But don't tell me I'm wrong based on your emotion. Tell me I'm wrong. Show me I'm wrong based off of facts. Because from what I saw, she said we're happy we're giving $1 billion to them for, I forgot what it was for. It was another country, Lebanon. I forgot what country, but we're giving them $1 billion. Like I said, I do not know what it was for. I do not give a shit what it was for. It wasn't for us. Then I seen another clip. I'm going to give funding to the transgender so that they, for jail. What? And y'all don't see that as y'all don't have no problem with that's not a slap in the face. Why? Because y'all love y'all candidate so much and y'all hate the other candidate that this type of shit doesn't matter to y'all. It matters to me. It matters to me. Then y'all sit there and argue about the immigration policy and they taking all funding, but yeah, there's the same administration that put them here. It's the same administration you voted for. So what are you complaining about? The same administration that brought them here is the same administration y'all voted for, and now y'all fighting against. I don't. I'm confused. I'm confused. Or you're fighting with, like, make it make sense. That's like, I have something, and this person say, "Well, I'm gonna give you this." Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. And they snatch it from you and then go give it to somebody else, and you're like, "Oh shit!" And then they say, "Go over there and help them." Help them do what? I can't help them do shit because you just took whatever I needed and gave it to them. They should help me. But nobody talks about that part. It breaks my heart to see our elderly community, our veteran community, and even some of our young community to be homeless, to be on the streets. It's brick outside in New York. It's brick. It's like 5 degrees outside. And there's people out there. It's people out there. And it's too cold for that. It's too cold for that. And people are out there, right? And these are our own citizens that are out there on the street. They can't get no shelter. They don't have nowhere to live. They don't have nothing to eat. But you have people who came across the border chilling, just living in comfortable, warm houses, driving new cars, getting home loans, whatever the hell they got going on out there. And y'all don't see nothing wrong with that because you love your candidate and you hate the other candidate. And that's a sad world we live in, that people are so, everything is personal. We have people running the country based off on their emotions. We have people making political decisions. We have people making decisions for the country based on their emotions, not based on logic, but based on their emotions. If we had nothing but logical people in these offices, the country would be run so smoothly because you have a whole bunch of logical people making decisions based on what's really going on, what needs to really be done, and not based off emotions or how they feel about a situation. Because logically, you want to you fighting. Logically, you're fighting. No, emotionally, you have emotionally they open up the borders and they let a whole bunch of people in, and the people came in and they got funding, they got homes, they got everything they needed. Y'all got mad and complained about it, and then the president said, "Oh, okay, well, we're gonna send them home." And y'all said, "No, fuck that. We're gonna fight you. Ain't nobody going home. We're going out there and we're gonna protest this." See what I'm saying? You see the series of events and how. Do you see how none of this makes sense? None of this makes sense. I've seen people playing, they're coming over here, taking jobs and building and doing and this. That's what the fuck they supposed to do. I'm gonna flee my country, seek asylum in your country, and you think I'm gonna sit here and bullshit? Nah, I'm gonna do what I have to do. And like I said with Hispanic people, they gonna help their people. They're gonna come over here. I seen it with my own eyes. They'll come over here, they'll get a crib, they'll find a way to get a crib, and they will put all their people in that crib, and they will hustle, and they will work together. And if they find a job some type of way or some type of, they will pull them in some type of way. And now everybody has a job. And then they'll sit down there and they'll build and they'll work. And then everybody will go out and then one person get an apartment and they'll save up and they'll, then now when it's all said and done, everybody has a house, everybody has a car, they got they family business and all that. That's what the hell they supposed to do. And that's what they're doing. And now when they're taking opportunities from y'all are complaining about that shit. Y'all complaining about the opportunities. They complaining about them coming up here, setting up shop, doing things, making moves, building families, putting their people on. Y'all complaining, oh, they taking jobs, they doing this and doing this. But then y'all fighting for the same people to stay here. You're going against immigrants. The same people who's building shit around y'all, kicking y'all out of shit, stepping on y'all toes to take care of the people, take care of their own people. It's the same people you on the front line fighting for them to stay here. Listen to that statement. The same people y'all sitting here fighting for the same people who are stepping on your toes to make sure that people straight and build up in your communities and build around you. But see, nobody goes that far. They don't go that far. They just sit up there. They sit up there and they overlook all that shit. Or they don't overlook it. They just act like, oh, no. They get mad, call you a Trump supporter. What if we just, how about this? What if we was just, like, say we was just to take, we didn't know who policies come from who. And we just did a whole list of policies. And we don't know who set the policy or who have this policy in mind. And we just went through each policy. And we just dissected it and discussed it and we talked about it. And you didn't know anything about that policy, that certain policies, and you didn't know who they was. People would be able to discuss them in a more non-biased way. But everything people do when it comes to the politicals, everything is biased. That's why I said these people don't make decisions, logical decisions. They make decisions based on their emotions. They make decisions based on their emotions. And when you make decisions based on emotions, it's usually the wrong decision. It's usually a decision you're going to regret in the end. Not all. Not all. If you see a homeless person in the streets and you say, that's me. I see homeless people and I always try to give something if I have it. And that's just me. I always try to give something. And me seeing that person and I feel sad for them, I'm go over there and give them money. That's not one of them type of situations. I'm talking about situations like this. I've asked people on both sides why they voted for, because they want to have these discussions with me, because they swear they know who I voted for and who I support. So they want to have these discussions with me to try to pull information or try to debate. I've asked both parties what they stand for on certain policies. And if you hear some of these people talk, you'll be like, what? Just say you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just voting for this candidate because either they're black or he's white and you're racist or you're not racist. Just say that. Y'all pulling out and saying a whole bunch of shit that don't even make no sense. I believe in her strong policy for what? These strong policies that y'all speak of from the Harris administration, what happened to them when she was in the office with Biden? Just asking. All of this makes me sound like a Trump supporter, but I'm just pulling out shit. Just not anybody's supporter. I'm just pulling out shit because a lot of people jumped on me. I'm pulling out this shit because people jumped on me and called me a Trump supporter because I pulled out. They asked me about policies that I don't like or that I do like. And I said, what the fuck? We don't have any funding here for our own people and then giving people billions of dollars. Trump don't do shit like that. You want to call me a supporter? That man, I don't know what the hell he be over there doing giving funding for. But I don't know what he be giving funding for. I'm just speaking on what I seen the Harris administration give funding for. Lady gave $1 billion. Lady said transgender funding. Like when the storm after she gave the people right after, we're proud to give you guys $300 a month. How can you say that with your chest out? All these black people, oh, vote for Kamala Harris, vote for Kamala Harris. And I'm like, why? Because she's black. Well, you need to give me another reason. You need to give me something to go on. Don't just tell me to vote for somebody because they black. That's the dumbest shit ever. This is where y'all go wrong. Yeah, vote for somebody based on their skin color is insane, or the skin color you think they are. Just like when Hillary Clinton was running for president. Man, they be playing on y'all people so much. It is so funny. People hated Donald Trump so much that my cousin, she went in on why Hillary would make a great president. Hillary is racist as fuck too. Let's not play these games. Okay? Y'all didn't see the when she pulled the hot sauce out of the bag and said she carries it with her. She always got hot sauce with her or some shit. Black people ain't say shit. They was like, oh my God, she had full hot sauce. See? And that was one of the reasons why they voted for her. Let Trump have pulled some damn hot sauce out his bag. Oh, they would have been in an uproar. They would have lost their damn minds. Oh, you see that? He's racist. Look, he's trying to get the black votes. Well, that's the same shit she was trying to do. What's wrong with that? If she can do it, he can do it. Y'all both can do it. If he can do it, she can do it. Y'all want to do that? Y'all want to play those games? Y'all selective freaking outrage. When that woman pulled that hot sauce out of her bag, I was done. I said, you know what? I'm not even voting in this election. I'm over this bullshit. He was doing bullshit. She was doing bullshit. But she pulled the hot sauce out the bag. I was done with that after then. Talking about collard greens and some fuck like shit like that. Miss, we done seen you stand by President Clinton. We done see you do a whole bunch of political shit. Now, one hot time have you mentioned hot sauce? Why is this the time to mention hot sauce when you running for president? Why you mention it when Bill Clinton was running for president? Why you ain't like, oh shit, yo, everywhere we go, I just pull out the hot sauce. And black people ate it up. Oh my God, we can relate. And then she came out and was like, we came off to the plane and we had fatigue and they were shooting at us or some fuck shit she said. They rolled the video back. She was smiling and sashaying. And they was like, yo, hold on. Didn't you say them niggas was shooting missiles and shit and y'all was ducking and fleeing the scene? Didn't y'all say that? Oh, no, I was tired. Yo. I was tired. You know, you was tired. What the fuck that got to do with what you're saying? Like, let me tell you something. Unless you off the Percocets or you just came out of anesthesia or you just had a fucking morphine drip, ain't no way you mistaken getting shot for missiles, shot at with missiles, and you running and fleeing the scene, and we see you waving and sat. What drugs was you on? Now, if you had to say y'all was on some type of drugs, I'd be like, all right, but you said that shit with your chest out, and people like, oh, all right, I see. And well, I was the only one looking like, huh? And y'all just gonna let this slide? Oh, so now y'all going to polls and vote for her because Trump's a liar and she's not. Look at yo, you just had the blatant lie right in front of us. That's why I say, again, don't make it look like I'm a Trump supporter, but let's just be fair when we pulling out this shit with each candidate. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's not come over here and be like, oh, look at this, but we don't look at this. That's just not fair. This is where I look at people. I look at the candidate. I don't look at the candidate and the policies of the shit that they say. I ain't really looking none of I haven't seen any the political stuff. Does Trump be wilding? Absolutely. He's off his fucking rocker too. I don't know what he dealing with. I don't know what's going around. Listen, every time we have an election, people argue about who's the better president. And then when the person gets to office, no matter who it is, shit is fucked up. Shit is fucked up. The economy is always fucked up. When have we had a thriving economy? When were we not complaining about the economy? When were we not complaining about shit? It's meant for you niggas to continue to complain all the time. It's talking points. It's propaganda. It makes people money. People have shows, podcasts, news outlets. This shit is propaganda. Because every time we have an election, whether it's for the mayor, the president, whoever, everybody goes into this uproar. Then the person is picked. Then everybody goes back to their normal lives. And then throughout the thing, they talking shit and they arguing back and forth. And it's the same shit. Economy ain't never been. Yo, we be in a recession all the fucking time. We always in some type of fuckery. Oh wait, when Bill Clinton was president, I think we was thriving a little bit. Then we got fucked up again when George Bush came. I don't even remember the track record of the presidents. What I'm trying to say is we had more fucked up shit. We had a more fucked up economy than we've ever had a thriving economy. Come on, man. Yo, our economy always been jammed up. And we think every time it's gonna be different this time. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Y'all thought Hillary Clinton was gonna change the economy. She was gonna do the same fuck shit Trump was gonna do. She might have did it worse or might have did it a little bit better, but none of these people's gonna do anything. We sit there and we wait. We sit there and we wait. I sat there and had a conversation with them. They was like, Kamala Harris is giving money to. She's gonna help the people and she's gonna help this. And this is the thing. This is what black people go wrong too. Every time they see a face that looks almost with a touch of color in it, they ready to vote. You don't even have to open up your mouth. That's the new candidate. Hold on. She got a drop of brown, just a shade, and she's black. That's to them, she's black. Because to black people, Kamala Harris is black. Why do y'all say that? I seen a picture. Ain't her mother like Indian? I think I seen a picture of her father. I'm not seeing where y'all get black from. Maybe he has 25% black in him or something, but the woman is obviously not black. She claims Asian too, because I think her mom's Indian. And everybody just seen a little bit of color. She's black. She's black. She's no, she's black. We gotta vote for her because she's black. Fuck what she said, right? She just see a little bit of color in somebody, and they're automatically black, and they're automatically for you. And then one of my cousins was like, yeah, she's gonna do this, and she's giving funding to the black people, and this and that. I'm like, funded where? I looked all over for that fund, and when I found it, it was a fund for. It wasn't even for. It was for. It said, did it say women of color? And I got excited. I was like, oh my god, finally, yes, Kamala Harris, I love it. Finally, a grant for black women. Finally, so now I'm not saying there's no grants for black women out there, but they don't come from the government. When you find grants for black women, I've dug over the internet for grants for my business, and they come from private organizations. Most of them come from private organizations. Not one have I found a government grant for. If anybody got one, drop it in the comment section, drop it in the link, let me know. But for the most part, I haven't seen none. So like I said, if anybody got any, let me know. So I saw that and I was excited. It was like women of color. And then I went to it and it was a grant strictly for Asian women. Not that I have anything wrong with that. I'm glad for you. I'm glad y'all got this grant, but it was strictly for Asian women. And I was like, I don't know. I felt, and then the black people don't have no problem with that. They still on the post talking about, yes, this is a black woman, our candidate. Nah, fuck all that bullshit. Vote for people based on their credentials, based on the policies and stuff like that. I'm not saying you don't vote for Kamala Harris or don't vote for Trump. I'm saying vote for who you want to vote for based on their policies and based on things that you can agree with in ways that they can help you in ways that see fitting for your life. Stop voting on people because of their skin color. Because when you this is the shit you get, and then when you mention that to them, well, when I went and looked for the grant, it was only for Asian people. Oh, she could do so much because they can only have. You always got some fucking excuse. When people betray y'all that y'all think is y'all same skin color or y'all skin folks, y'all always have some fucking some type of excuse for this shit. You know why that Asian grant was given? Because she's Asian. I don't see nothing wrong with that, but when I see women of color, I thought black women too. I'm like, hold on. So you said women of color, but you excluded most of the women of color. You excluded the Hispanic women. You excluded the black women. You know what the grant was for? It was for Indian, Chinese people and something Asians. That's what it was for. And I was like, so as a black person, and I have the ability or I have the funding to give grants to people, and I say women of color, I'm going to include all women of color in that. We don't never get a government grant. And then when we have somebody that hope that we can get a government grant for, she goes and gives the grants. I looked through that grant and I was excited. And when I saw that I didn't qualify because I'm not Asian. So when you say women of color, oh, you mean not black. Y'all mean women of color, just not black. And these are the people that you went to the fucking polls and vote for. And then when I say things like this, you call me a Trump supporter because instead of addressing what I'm saying, you tell me I'm a Trump supporter. You know why? Because you can't challenge that. Because you know it's fuckery. And you're just voting for that person because of their skin color. If you looked at a lot of the policies, you would be against the policy. You probably are, but you don't want to address those policies and you don't want to talk about them because it will force you to face that, damn, this candidate is not really the right candidate for me. And I'm not saying this in the sense of Kamala Harris not being the right candidate for you or Donald Trump being the right candidate for you. I'm talking about any election. I've seen this in previous elections before this, and we'll continue to see it. People not really paying attention to the policies and the effects of the policies, and they're looking at the candidates. If you like somebody more than the other one, guess what? You're going to win every time. That's how it's going to go. We see this in everyday life. I watched the Cardi and Nicki Minaj beef. The Barbs, they don't give a damn what Nicki Minaj said. They were still in there like, no, she started this beef with Cardi. No, the fuck she didn't, and y'all know that shit. But to make yourself feel better, y'all say stuff like that. She started the beef with Nicki Minaj. No, she did not. Everybody know Nicki started that beef, but y'all want to justify it so y'all won't look wrong, so y'all can still support and like this person. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hello. All right, just give me. I'm still doing it. I'm going back. Anyway, sorry about that. So, and that's what I saw. If they really paid attention, they were paying attention, but they didn't want to be fair and just say, you know what? She did start this beef. They were like, Cardi started it. Cardi. No, they didn't. Y'all just don't want to hold people accountable, because if you hold people accountable to the fuck shit they do, you're forced to really see them and see the fuck shit that they're delivering, but y'all don't do that. Accountability means taking accountability for your actions. Accountability means, that person's wrong. I pulled out those policies and I mentioned those things because I want y'all to get on here and call me a Trump supporter. I want y'all to do that Because then I can go down. We can talk about those policies that I was talking about on the Harris side. Since y'all feel that I just want to talk about those policies. And you know what? A lot of the times, you know what they do when I pull out these policies. You know what they do? They get mad, call me a Trump supporter, then start pulling out some of his fuckery policies. And when they do that, you know what they do? They expect me to argue with them about the fuck shit policy because they said I was a Trump supporter. So in their mind, I'm supporting Trump because I'm going against a policy that the Biden Harris administration put into place or wanted to put into place. Right. So now when they go, well, this big, well, Trump is doing this and this and that. And then I start agreeing with them and having a conversation, and they feel stupid as fuck because now they're confused. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not here to argue about the candidates personally. I'm here to talk about their policies, their good policies, their bad policies. I'm here to talk about that in general, not them. Not my hate or love for either one of them, because I don't have a hate or love for either candidate. This is what the fuck I be trying to tell y'all. And if y'all stay neutral like that, you'd be able to make logical decisions you'd be able to have a logical discussion when it comes to politics, and it wouldn't get heated and people want to fight and stuff because your arguments are they're based and driven off emotion. You can't have intelligent conversation because you hate this president so much that if anybody pulls out anything from him that's good or bad, you're going to attack it. I love those conversations. I love this to start with the Harris administration. And I love to lead with that because I talk about I'll bring those policies up and then we will get into it. A lot of the times they won't even address the policies that I'm talking about. They go right into, well, Trump did this, and I'm glad to oblige. They fell right into the trap. That's what I want you to do. I want you to come in here, and I want you to. When I bring up a policy about the Harris administration that I can't stand and I don't like, and I think it's trash or whatever shit that they did on their side, and I think is whack and trash, and I bring it to you. Guess what? I expect exactly what you're about to do. I expect y'all to go, well, Trump, and instead of addressing these two policies, you know they're fucking fuck shit. Because if they weren't, you'd want to address them and say, you know what? But you can't go against them. Yeah, it was kind of fucked up how giving our money away. We needed it. Or yeah, transgenders don't need. Y'all ain't gonna talk about it. Because you cannot defend this shit no type of way. There's nothing you could do to defend this. You can try, and you look even stupider. So you sitting up here, you would really say to somebody, yeah, it makes sense to give transgender people funding so they could get surgery. Meantime, we got veterans and homeless people and young people and mothers homeless on the streets with kids, but we can apply that funding to them and get them off the streets and give them some food, some shelter and stuff like that. Y'all really gonna that would really be your argument? That would really be your argument? Y'all full of shit. This is why y'all don't just address those topics. If I bring up the fact that $1 billion was given over here and we got $300, guess what? Y'all find a reason, no, that's not true or something, or anything to deflect from this. We wouldn't even address these because you can never admit that these are some fucked up policies and y'all favorite candidate did some fuck shit. But y'all will go and say, well, Trump did this and this. And I say, you know what? You're right. Let's talk about these policies first, and then we can go over there and talk about his fucking policies because I want all the smoke. I want to talk about the fucked up policies on both sides as well as the good policies on each side. Let's do it. Since y'all want to determine who, and then they get mad, and then they don't want to talk anymore because they don't know where I stand. Because I pulled this out, and now I'm over here pulling that out with them. That's all I'm saying. I don't really see how this shit is. It's all set up to do this. It's all set up to do this. Y'all call y'all go in every day about these freaking politics, and every year it's the same fuck shit. Not every year, but every 4 years or whatever. When the people go and they vote and all that other shit, and the same outcome. We get an economy. We get a fucked up economy. We get bullshit. We get people want to fight us in other countries. You got what's his name? Donald Trump going over here, other countries smacking niggas up and taking shit. I don't know what's going on. But like I said, I was watching Michi's live last night. Was it Michi who said it? Yeah, it was the other day. She was like, he going around smacking everybody. It's better than them smacking us. And I have to agree with that shit. And that statement right there, it will go over a lot of y'all motherfuckers' heads, but it ain't go over my head. I got the message loud and clear. And she's right. She's right. He go around there smacking the fuck out of people. Psh, psh, psh. The other presidents let niggas smack us around. This is why we giving billions of dollars to other motherfuckers for what? Why are we giving them $1 billion? And our people's over here struggling. Our people over here homeless. They can't get food stamps. They make $10 above the yearly. That is, they make $31,000, and the food stamp requirements is $30,990. And the food stamp was like, nah, you can't get none. But people came over the border and they was like, yeah, here go 2 bands. 2 bands? Two bands? It's just you and your it's a family of 4. 2 bands? Family of 2. Oh, hold on, we ain't done yet. We got a place for y'all to stay. Go right up in there. So now their housing is paid for, their food is paid for, everything is paid for. That's a crutch like a motherfucker. Now, while their rent is paid for, I don't know how many years, I think it's 2. The rent is paid. Food is paid. Do you know people can even make a lick off them food stamps? $2,000 a month is way more than they need. So guess what? Sell some. Dough. Do app jobs. Do app job. Build up my stuff. Get myself together, and then get on our feet. And now we can buy homes, and we can buy cars, and we can live the American dream. We came from another country and lived the American dream. While the Americans is in their own country, ain't living the American dream. They homeless as fuck. The government won't help them do shit, but we came over there and the government helped us. And when I talk about this policy, I'm a Trump supporter. Y'all people really agree with this shit? This goes to show you. Y'all just be agreeing to agree with shit, and y'all just be riding and not knowing why you riding and arguing and protesting, doing and all this other bullshit. Just to be seen, just to do something, just to be talking. I'm boots on the ground. I'm boots on. You ain't boots on no goddamn ground. You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. Because if you were boots on the ground and you were doing shit, you would see what we're talking about here. You would see what's being done out here. Go listen. Michi has a bigger platform than me, so I'm sure y'all might have seen her before y'all see me. But go listen to what the hell she's talking about. And she's boots on the ground for real, so she knows what's going on out in these political streets. So these people are just going back, and they just like. This is why I love to listen to people, certain people on the internet who I think we have the same mindset when it comes to this shit. We're neutral in this shit. So we're able to talk about this shit logically and not emotionally. I love listening to her lives. I love listening to her lives. Like I have notifications and everything for when her lives come on, because I have not listened to one of her lives that I wasn't like, oh shit, she's on point. She's on point. Every single one of them. It was something I did a little disagreement about. I'm trying to remember what it was, but the live was still on point. Everything. You ain't gonna agree with everything somebody says, and it wasn't no big disagreement. It's kind of like, yeah, I get that. I'm about to get up out of here though, y'all. I'm just like I say, I'm surface. I'm not a surface thinker. I'm a critical thinker. I think below the surface. I need to see everything first. You're just gonna tell me shit. You gotta stop voting for people based on their skin color. You gotta stop voting for people based on their based on your emotions, on how you feel about somebody else. That's a recipe for disaster. Y'all's really ready to vote. Y'all don't care. Y'all really. I don't know what Kamala Harris would have did. I know what Trump is doing. I don't know what the fuck he's out here doing, but I don't know what she would have did. But I can guarantee you a donor, the donor, whatever the hell that saying is. I bet if people had told y'all in straight in front, yo, this woman is gonna fuck up the country. You niggas is gonna be broke. Y'all ain't gonna have shit. I bet you them people would have still ran to the polls and voted for her. I bet you they would have. Just so Donald Trump wouldn't have gotten office. Why? Because the statements proved everything I said. People talking about they'll vote for a cat. They'll vote for a cat. Don't know what the fuck to do. The cat is definitely going to take this shit into destruction. So you just let me know that you're willing to go into destruction and the sinking ship because you can't stand the other party. That's what they told me everything I needed to know. This is why I don't have these conversations with these people because it's the ignorance shows. And then I get called the Uncle Tom just by saying that. Did I tell y'all to go vote for Trump? Did I tell y'all to go vote for Hillary Clinton? I don't give a fuck who you vote for. I'm just saying stop voting for people based off their skin color or the fact that you don't like another candidate. Make an executive decision. Whether you vote for Biden, Harris, Hillary Clinton, Catmandu, fuck around and find out, whoever you want to vote for. Just make sure you're doing it based off of actual logic and not emotion. These people out here fighting for the immigrants to stay here or fighting with ICE and all this fighting against ICE deportation, all that other shit, but then complaining that they ain't getting shit. Yeah, you're not getting shit because they got the shit. They giving it to them. You want them to stay, but you don't want them to have shit. You don't want them to get deported, but you don't want them to get funded either. Make up your fucking mind. These people got to eat. They got to have somewhere to live. Yes, the government set their ass up so that they can be able to get on their feet. We don't have to take care of these motherfuckers forever. We're going to set them up. We're going to make sure they straight. They rent is paid. They got food stamps. So now they can go out there. They don't have to worry about shit. They can go out there and they can work and they can find a job. They can work on getting themselves together because they don't have to worry about rent. They don't have to worry about food. Meantime, we don't really give a fuck about y'all citizens. You niggas figure it out. You been there long enough. Should have figured it out. All right? We're not helping y'all do shit. No. We're not lowering the limits for food stamps. We don't know what to tell y'all. Continue going to the fucking store and buying groceries. But what about us? What about y'all? What about y'all? Take your ass down to the motherfucking immigration ICE meeting and continue to fight this fight. And we're going to continue to give them the funding that they need. What are you mad about? Make up your mind. Do you want them to stay and take the shit and take your resources, or you want them to go and get your resources back? Because that's the only fucking option. You can't have both. You can't say, oh, we don't want them to go. We don't want them to go. Oh, let's fight protests and all that. But hold on. You can't be giving them no money. You can't be giving them no money now. All right, I had enough today, y'all. That's my time. Social issues and such with Kay. Whenever y'all feel like joining, join the live, and you can join. I'll hit the link if you want to join in, join the discussion. You can. I'm ready. I want y'all to come in. That's all for today now, y'all. Have a good day and peace. You are on with Kay.